All right, so how do you get something ranked as a bestseller on Amazon? Now, today we're gonna talk about books, but this same procedure works with everything. The first thing we're gonna do is determine what keywords we need to rank for and how to list this product. The two main tools we're gonna use here are Rebate Key and Helium 10. Helium 10 is a research tool that'll help us identify keywords, and then Rebate Key is a tool that'll help us give away promotional products to help us get that ranking. So how do you rank a product number one on Amazon? Really, the easiest way to do this is by making sales. So giveaways, promotions. Amazon does have very strict terms of service, so you want to make sure to do your best to follow those terms of service. So you are allowed to offer rebates, but by terms of service, you're not allowed to offer rebates for reviews. They've also recently made it where you cannot offer a two-step URL, meaning I can't give you a single link. You click it, and then it takes me to a page with the product that has keywords locked in, because that's how people are kind of cheating the system. So if you're going to do any types of marketing, the best way to have someone find your product is to have them actually go find that product, search by a specific keyword, scroll down so they can find the product, and then buy it. And what that does is it gives you basically SEO juice on Amazon to help your product rank higher. All right, so we're going to jump right in. So we're on Amazon. Today we're going to look at a book. So in the listing or description below, I'll put in some stuff about Rebate Key affiliate program and Helium 10 affiliate program and some discount codes, 10% off or 50% off, depending on how you want to do it. So we want to rank for a book that is basically a coffee table book. So let's look at the keywords that I have here. I haven't done any research on these keywords. This is what a client gave me, and they basically want to rank for coffee table book. So that's going to be a more competitive keyword probably, just because it's not very specific. So there's going to be harder to get that bestseller for a word that has more revenue. But I haven't looked at this, so we're going to do this all live together. So we're going to jump into Helium 10. This is their Chrome plugin. X-Ray will help me inspect these products and actually show me details about the product competition. There's a whole bunch of information in here, but that's a different course. So we'll kind of scroll through here and let's look at our bestsellers. Products on here are ranking in this kind of order on how many. So there's some of them are selling thousands of books all the way down here. So let's just go look at this number one listing. You want to look for the non-sponsored. This one doesn't look like it's, oh, there you go. So there's your sponsor tag, sponsored, and sponsored. You want to look for the first one that's not sponsored. So see, all of these have bestseller, and I'll say what category they're in. So we'll just jump into this first one that was the bestseller. 831 reviews, which is not terrible. That is hard to do, but it's not in the thousands. So then we'll come in here and we can actually do more research on the specific product. So Helium 10's Chrome plugin will also pull this detail up, give you a whole bunch of tools, but we're just going to look at how many units they're selling. So here's their revenue, review count. So here's all the information about that product. Now it doesn't tell me how much I need to give away this product, but what we can do is we can now inspect the keywords. So on this keywords, there's going to be a couple tools here, and this is your estimated number of giveaways you need to rank for that specific keyword. So this is what we're really looking for here, is we're looking for a keyword that is not overly competitive that we can rank number one on and easily kind of take the cake, if that makes sense. So let's find a keyword. So you can pick any keyword here. There's several that are, none of them are that competitive. So you can see that coffee table book, which is the actual keyword, you need to give away 32. And this is an estimation. Typically, I'd like to double that. And you can see things like search volume here. So 8,000 searches a month. So ranking for this one would be good for the business and ideally give you that first ranking. And if you were able to get some positive reviews, the goal is really to stick up there, not to just jump up there and then drop back down. So that's a good way to do that. So this one, 65, 70 giveaways would probably get you there. So you can go for more. You can see some of these are 8 for a longer tail, kind of very specific. So books, coffee table, that one's only 8. And you can look and see kind of what you're dealing with here. That gives you an idea how to rank for number one for a specific keyword. Now the bestseller, there's a whole bunch of different badges you can get from Amazon, and they're basically from number one in category bestseller, there's number one for keyword bestseller, Amazon choice. So all of these get triggered at different times. So the more aggressive you are with this, the more likely you're gonna get them. But the good news is for this specific keyword, an 8 giveaway for a specific book isn't that bad. So books for coffee table is a little bit of a broken keyword in my mind, but that one's only 8. So let's try motivational coffee table book. So we're going to pull up a different tool. The magnet is their keyword inspector. This will pull up competitor keywords as well that rank similar and talk you through those same metrics that we just looked at. So usually loads pretty quickly. Here we go. There's also filters that you can do, but for this one, we're going to keep it pretty high level. So let's see, motivational coffee table book for all times. Let's see. So one of the things you want to keep in mind is you want a product that's going to be easy to rank, but you also want something that has some search volume. So you see that these have pretty low search volume, while you only have to give away 8, which is part of the reason why you only have to give away 8. But the longevity of that isn't going to be as good as just doing coffee table or the coffee table book example, just because while it was harder to rank #1, ideally you're going to get more sales from that because there's more views on that. So in here, let's see if we can find anything else. Let's go by view count, search volume. So some of these are massive. Let's see if we can find something specific. All right, so here's a good example of using your correct keyword. So this one's coffee table books. It has double the competition as coffee table book. So you can see that the search and the number that you have to give away are double. All right, so I want to make sure that the phrase contains book, just because that's kind of what I'm looking at. So that'll limit the number that are showing up, and we can just keep searching here. Coffee table books, see, again, that's the same one. So now that we've done some research, I went through and picked out a couple other keywords all through the same process. And basically we have an option of coffee table, book, this one or this one. So you're giving away anywhere upwards of 70 books would be the recommended for these specific keywords. Now, the one caveat to this is this will actually make you Amazon choice, not bestseller. Usually bestseller is more category related. So the bestseller is the harder piece to get to, and that's what we're going to kind of dive into next. So we did a quick Google search for featured book categories, and what you're going to see here is there are different badges, editors pick, and a lot of these are going to be, typically there's only one bestseller in a category, and they'll have the category next to them. So let's click in here, and then here's what the category looks like. So kind of your bestsellers, first, second, third, and what you need to do is figure out, if I want to be this bestseller in this category, how many books do I need to sell? So you'll come in here and jump through. So to get the full category bestseller, you have to be the best seller of that category. So you have to outsell this #1 seller. So let's take a look at this. Sales. There you go. So 29,478. So you need to do that, and that's over a month. So if you can beat them for 2 weeks, you might jump them in the bestseller category. So that is a pretty aggressive launch. But that'll also help your business a lot. So what you would want to do if you're going to be that aggressive is pick harder keywords, and you can actually go after multiple keywords at a time to really get that ranking up there. But you can see that obviously that cost will go up dramatically, and we'll kind of go through how to give away those towards the end of this. So we're going to do a little bit more research on different categories here and see if we can find a category that's a little bit more affordable to go after. Okay, so as we kind of go through this, there's a whole list of categories here, and we'll see that each category has a subcategory. Ideally, ranking for a subcategory would be easier than a main category. But we'll keep searching here. So I pulled up a couple other categories, and you can see them right here. You can select through them in that area, and we're just gonna look at, here's other bestsellers. So again, you're gonna look, I'm not sure if Helium 10 will work on this page. It will not, it only works for keywords, but you're gonna look for a book that doesn't require quite as much competition. This one's in communication skills, it's the bestseller. So unfortunately, Helium 10 doesn't always have data on a product. Let's go to this listing. So 11,000, that's gonna be a very competitive book, and you'll keep going. Okay, so to skip a step, I decided to go ahead and just use Google and look for a category of least popular books, and I found this list. So this would actually tell you what's gonna be the least competitive. And you can't just put your book in any category. Amazon will eventually correct that, but you can kind of do your best to find something that's the least competitive while still fitting your niche. So you would just come in here and find something that works for you, then go and do research on that product and figure out what you need to do to kind of win, like I said, in that category. All right, so based on that list, we jumped in and we're finding the number one in the meditative space. So we're just kind of deep into the category and we're just continuing to do research until we find something that we're going to go after. So this will give you an idea of keywords and the ranking. So as you can see, this one's much less competitive. Not a lot of data, just means it doesn't show up a lot. So that would probably be a good category to go over. So I threw that in there. So that's how you would find that category and that book, and ideally push to be ranked number one in that category. So to do that, your book would have to be listed in that category. When you're creating your KDP or whatever, however you're publishing it, so put it into that category and then sell enough to be that number one seller, ideally using keywords. If you're trying to be bestseller, you might want to be a little bit more competitive than these. And again, positive reviews and getting giveaways and other products, again, will help you build that ranking up and obviously get you more exposure, get your product, get your book out there. So now we want to jump into the next section, which is how do we actually give away those? So we'll kind of go into this quickly. Let me find Rebate Key real quick for you. So somewhere below, there'll be a link to my affiliate program or affiliate link for Rebate Key. Basically what Rebate Key does is it allows you to give away products and books and anything you want at a massive discounted price, free, and I think in some cases you can even pay someone to buy it. So why would anyone want to do this? Again, our whole goal here is to give away the product for free or get it out to as many people as possible. So a product launch, if you're really good at marketing, obviously charge for it. Don't give it away for free. If this is something that's new to you and it's just a side project and you can afford it, give it away to help build that SEO, that rankings, and with good reviews, you'll start to get organic sales. Now, remember, it is against terms of service to give a product away and then ask for a review or theoretically even get a review on it. So if you're giving a rebate, be careful with that. I do recommend following terms of service just so you don't get kicked off Amazon and lose your account. But anyways, if you guys have more questions about Rebate Key, it kind of works where, again, you just pick people that has its own demand. People find a product, they scroll through here, by product. There are different types of buying it. So this is a direct link. And you'll see that these two-step URLs are theoretically against terms of service. So you could theoretically use one like that, but you risk your account and risk breaking those rules. The search, find, buy method is a little bit better. So if I was going to find a product on Amazon, I would go up here, I would search for it. And then let's just say this was the book I was giving away right here and buy it. Now, the best and most effective way to building your brand is through good marketing. You'll own all the traffic. So landing pages, sell your book, promote it, sell it for full price, get reviews. You can also launch your product at a muchly reduced price. So you can launch the product for 50 cents or $1 and really try to push that and then also get reviews without breaking terms of service. So there's a lot of ways to do that. But again, just remember the most volume you do, the better your book's gonna do in the long term. Obviously there's PPC and other techniques as well. So Amazon's a dark hole, but we just wanna cover that. So this is the best way to get Amazon choice and Amazon bestseller for a category. And it's pretty easy and effective. Thank you. If you guys have any questions, please make sure to subscribe. I'll put them in the comments. Let me know how I can elaborate on any of these tools and I'd be happy to make more videos.